Here I am on a very cold day in January. Take the car out for a run. Had to start it up. It starts first time every time, no problem at all. This is from cold as well. Had the car now for 6 months, been working on various things, a few critical things that needed just to be done, other things I've just been working on. And at the moment I'm very pleased with it. Bodywork needs some attention, but you'll see that a little bit more in the video. One of the best things I did was make sure that the thermostats were replaced. It gets up to temperature within about, well, less than 10 minutes. It's a very cold day here, probably -2. Without that, it wouldn't even it gets to where it is now, would stay there, so probably not good for the fuel consumption or just general not working properly. Anyway, here we are. Ignore that battery light, it's a false positive, as we call it. She'll plod along this road nicely at 21 to the gallon, something like that. Very flat road. It goes up to, I'll get up to 40, cruise along here. Yeah, less than, well, about 2 miles from home. Temperature's coming up to what I now expect it to be. Operating temperature, doing 35-ish, 22 to the gallon off there. Plodding along. I'm not sure what you can hear or what you can't hear, but apart from the odd donk from crappy roads, she's good. I think oil is okay for the revs. I mean, it's probably quite, yeah, we know we've got an oil leak from the rocker covers, so hopefully that'll help that a little bit, but it's not something I'm going to deal with until the summer. It's a pleasant place to be in. It's all original, apart from that radio. I've got the original radio, but it doesn't work, so I stuck some cheap Chinese thing in there just so that we could have a bit of sound. But the thing is, it's Bluetooth enabled, so when my phone rings, I've now got a Bluetooth phone in here, which I guess would have been beyond anybody's expectations back in the day. This is a nice bit of road. Hopefully this bloke in front will get going and I can open her up a little bit, because she's literally plodding along with my foot resting on the pedal. As you can see, this is a coast road. It gets absolutely battered. I mean, there's the beach. Yeah, they don't resurface it. They just dig trenches in it and, you know, hope for the best. And what happens is you get a road with loads of creases, and God knows what, and in the summer it just bakes it, so it's not very, very, very smooth at all. Alright, so that car's disappeared. Now we can get it up to proper speeds. She goes, steps it down, just oozes power. Slow down a little bit, shouldn't be doing 60 down here. If you could do 40 mile an hour on a flat road, you've got a very, very economical v12 engine there. I've measured it along this road, and you know, you're going to get 25 to the gallon along here, but that's very, very, very you're being careful, driving it at 40. It's quite a flat road. Okay, it's not that smooth, but it's smooth enough. An eye on everything, oil pressure's good, battery's charging well, even though I've got the silly light on, which is a false positive. Temperature's good, fuel okay. We're now at a place called Dungeness. This means that I can raise the speed a little bit. This is a lovely place to be. It will just literally pull itself along on idle. 20 mile an hour, and I do respect the fact that this is a reserve and it's private land and you shouldn't take the piss down here as far as I'm concerned. Lots of famous people have got converted railway coaches down here. There's in front of us is the lifeboat station, which Just going to drive up to the lighthouses, have a quick look around the car. On a day like today, it's perfect. I'm literally just letting it pull along. Amazing, really. It's got so much torque, even without any throttle, it's pulling itself along. Yeah, there's Dungeness. That's the working lighthouse. Let's see if we can keep it going until the light comes around again. There she goes. We're going to go to the old one, which is just over there. For a little walk around the car. Something else that's quite interesting is the V12 engine warms the car up. It's -2 outside. I haven't had that heater on at all, and I'm getting warmth from the engine coming through the car. I haven't had many cars where that happens. Right, we're into proper Dungeness now, I call it, where the old lighthouse is. You can see the power station behind it. Here we are, Dungeness. Let me just turn that fan off. It's very quiet. It's a happy car at the moment. Got a look around the outside. Probably can't even hear the engine. Anyway, let's just have a quick look around. I've never really done this. She's an honest car. I mean, she has had work done on her. It's not been interfered with, so to speak. Work I'm going to have done is the windscreens are going to have to come out and all that replaced. Maybe some spots along the bottom, but I'm not hiding anything here. It's not bad, and under the rear it's really good. I've got probably the wrong wheels on it, but feedback is these actually look quite good. So I could put the pepper pots on. So look, you see here, it's solid, and I've removed all the flaky paint. So I've revealed the rust, and I've treated it to stop it from getting any worse. So look at the engine. I'm very happy with that compared to what it was like when I bought it. You know, it's got a few judders, but we haven't finished tuning it yet. We've still got to do some finer tuning, and I think that'll bring it down even more. I mean, it doesn't idle bad at all, to be fair. Anyway, here we are at Dungeness. Back again. We're going to head out now and give it a blast along the road, but I just wanted to. I'm holding it in first gear. You got that sound of the 3-speed auto period sound that they make, the whining as they change into gear, which I love. Reminds me of all the old 3-speed gearboxes I've ever had. And this one's a good one. Obviously, it's got to take a lot of brunt force from the engine. Here goes the foot of the. So yeah, it's so smooth, the gear changes in this car. Right, back when we can pull out, it's so smooth on here. Decent bit of road that you can only do 20 on. Ignore that warning light. That's the bulb module that's broken, not any bulbs. All the bulbs are fine. People come into this bit to visit that cottage there, the one with the yellow windows. That's Derek Jarman's cottage. It's been purchased by a trust. What's this guy doing? Right, this is pretty handy. So this is a decent road, so off we go. Keep balls. Not too hard on her. Up to 60. This is a 60-mile-an-hour road. This is all she needs to do, really. It should go along like this all day, as you'd expect, really. Don't know what you can hear on the recording, but plodding along nicely, 50-ish, 55. good friend Mick, who's very much the reason why I've got into Jags, told me that the Series 3 XJ was one of the smoothest, most comfortable road cars ever, and I wasn't quite sure what he meant. And I knew as soon as I got in this thing that there was something about it. And when I got the donut bush above below the gearbox fixed so that it didn't keep on hitting the underside of the car, I've suddenly got a very, 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 very quiet car. Suspension is great. There's a guy behind me that's trying to get past me, but we're not going to let him do that, so just put the foot down a bit. And along this road here, I don't know what you can hear on the film, but there's no noises. It's just so smooth. There we go again. I'm on my way back to New Romney. This road's interesting. It goes from a 30 to a 60, so we might as well let the girl breathe. Play along with the speed limit. There's a video, and I won't put the name of the person who's done it because he's got a fairly decent reputation of doing reviews on cars, but he'd say took a Daimler 66 out in this series and claimed that there was no power. So either the Daimler 66 that he had was not very good, or he didn't know how to drive it properly. But I can assure you that when this thing starts to rev, it goes, as most people that have had a v12 5.3 or even the 6 litre will tell you, and especially in a 3-speed auto, when it jumps down a gear, there's an immense amount of power. So I don't know what he was up to, telling everybody that they don't have any power in them, because they do. And for their age, you know, it would have been a lot of power back in the time. I just like the torque. I mean, I'm doing 2,000 revs, 50 odd mile an hour, plodding along at 30 miles to the gallon. There's the proof. In a V12 5.3 litre engine from the 1970s. I mean, honestly can't pinch yourself sometimes to realise what you're actually doing. And this one, yeah, it's got a few things that need sorting out, but as we can all tell now by the fact I've done this video, which is what I've wanted to do for ages, she goes alright. Not sure what else there is to show everybody, so I think I'm gonna leave it there, because pulling out this junction in front of me is quite tricky and I don't want to do it with a mobile phone in my hand. So there you go.